It's about 11:15 on a Friday. I was going to get the bus down to Smithfield and get some grog and stuff, and I wimped out. I decided I wanted to have my coffee in the morning instead and not defer that. So I'm going to just ride the bike up to the local shops, and hopefully my codeine tablets will be waiting at the chemist there. That was my understanding last time I spoke to the GP yesterday. So hopefully that's what's going to happen. But my confidence is not high, so I'm not going to walk all the way. I'll take the bike instead. I've also had huge issues with my entrance to my house. This door it's got a little latch thing, a snib, so you can actually lock it. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. Today it didn't work. I had to use the key to unlock the damn thing. And the door around on the side there, that one does occasionally will open, but you can't guarantee it. It really needs attention, and I just can't get my handyman round here. Originally, he was supposed to come round about the time I was travelling to Brisbane. I contacted him as soon as I got back, which was almost 2 weeks ago now, and he just says he's busy. I just sent him an SMS and. Tradie of any description at the moment, it's almost impossible to get them. So I've just got to wait it out. So it's frustrating because I've got all the doors have got issues. The flywire door there's got an issue. The main door's okay. The sliding door on the side, like I say, sometimes I can open it from inside. Most of the time I can't. You've got to jiggle it, and it's in a loose sort of. The actual other side of the lock is loosely screwed in, so it keeps bobbing out, and it's a disaster. And the other door's off its hinges, the other flywire door. So I could use the normal door, I suppose, and not worry about the flywire. It might be another way of doing it, but it's a bit annoying that I've got three doors that are all giving me issues at once. So I've really got to get this guy around. Anyway, I'll take the ride to this chemist. I've never been to the chemist before, but hopefully there's a script waiting for. The GP was right. She did actually write me out a script for the COSOP, which is my eye drops, and very important. I have those. But I couldn't identify it on the script. I think they've changed the designs of the script, and they're almost impossible to decipher now. So some genius in Canberra, no doubt, has come up with a new design, and it's just made, well, for me, maybe I'm a moron. A lot of the times I can't find the other medication, but it was there somewhere, but it seems to be buried inside the actual script. So maybe it's just me. Anyway, we've had a succession of dry days, and we've got another one now. Hardly a cloud in the sky, so it's going to be warm, but it's a short ride, so it shouldn't be an issue. And like I say, all I want to do is go up there, get the script from the chemist, and maybe pick up a bottle of cheap gin, because I don't know how long I'll have to wait for this other one. There is tracking on it, and apparently it's coming from Loganholme, not from Melbourne at least. So Loganholme is a southern suburb of Brisbane, so maybe it will get here in about a week's time with any luck. We'll see. Well, I went to the pharmacy down there, really small pharmacy, it's just the pharmacist and the assistant. There's no one else in there, just had it all myself. And of course nothing was seen to have been organised for my medication, but as it turned out, the pharmacist had to do a general search under my name and found it, but it looked as though nothing had actually been arranged ahead of time for him. So but he did find it, and he was able to give me the medication I required, thank God, but it took a while. This has been a real saga, just getting this medication. Luckily I've got a script for the eye drop, so that's good. And yeah, we'll see how it all goes. And then I went into the Liquorland, which is in the process of being renovated. You can see the painters are outside, and it's a bit of a mess inside, and there's a lot of stock missing. I wanted to get cheap gin, and there's nothing on the shelves. And the girl serving was on the phone to a customer, so I couldn't even find out whether they had anything in their storage. I'm going to head off to the local Liquorland and also the IGA, because I'm getting really short on mineral water. Apparently they're selling mineral water for less than 80 cents a bottle at IGA, the black and yellow sparkling mineral water. This is very cheap. It's cheaper than Coles or Woolies. So Generally, they're more expensive for everything, but that's one item that's actually cheaper. So we'll see if they've got any in stock. So it's around midday on a Tuesday. Just a wisp of a breeze. We've had no rain for several weeks now, and I've been trying to get a bit of weeding done around here. There's still a lot of work to do. But rather than walk, it only takes me 8 minutes to ride there. It shouldn't be too bad. It's probably about 30 degrees, so it's not exactly cool, but it's not a long journey, so it'll be okay. I can hear a bit of music thumping in the background. I thought my neighbour across the road started this morning, but they're not there now. So I've also been doing some research into getting travel insurance, and it's bloody difficult at the moment with all this COVID crap, and it looks as though I'll have to have an RAT test or the full PCR test done in Sydney before I depart for Vietnam. And not only that, the hassle there is because if I test positive, I'm stuffed. I can't get on the plane. The other hassle is that prior to departing from Saigon, I need to do another test. And again, the same applies. I can't get on the plane unless I get a negative. And then on top of that, I'd have to do another test. This is the current situation in Sydney itself, so that I'll be able to return to Queensland without having to quarantine. But that's up to me, I guess, if I want to do that other one, because otherwise I'd have to take a direct. Well, I think I'd have to do another test as well. I'm not sure. I'm pretty sure I have to do a test here, and if you're interstate, you have to at least do one test. So I'd have to do it anyway. So I might as well do it at Sydney Airport. So it's just a real hassle. Travel is much more complicated. I have to also do a travel declaration for Vietnam, and they're one of the easiest places to get to. I've been watching blogs and people travelling, say, from Cambodia to Vietnam. A guy named Chris, he went through a lot of hassles and came across a fair bit of, it looked like corruption at the border. And that was not good because they kept demanding money, and he eventually negotiated it down. But it's not a pleasant thing to happen. I mean, you don't expect Vietnam to have that sort of situation. And the other place it's a nightmare to go to is the Philippines. Apart from the fact that their airfares are horrendously expensive, there's a whole lot of other charges that they add on, and it's just a really difficult place to get to. And expensive, where at least I got a cheap airfare. I got an extremely cheap airfare, like it's a pre-COVID sale price type airfare. So I don't know how I did that. So that's the good news for me, but there's still a lot of hassles involved. So we'll see how it all goes. Anyway, today my priority is to go and get some grog because I've had 2 alcohol-free days in a row, and I'm pretty toey. I wouldn't mind a drink tonight, and I'll get some red wine. The local Liquorland's being renovated, so God knows what's on the shelves, if anything, and we'll see if we can get that mineral water. But at least it's not far from here anyway, so just be a short ride, and I'll be down there. Bombed out on the mineral water. They are an IGA affiliated group to some degree. They're not the same. They're actually a different company, but they take IGA stuff, but obviously not the cheap mineral water, unfortunately. But they do have the salad stuff. They get it replenished every Wednesday, just once a week. That's where it's different from a supermarket. But prices of that were reasonable, about $3.50, which is about the same, and 120 grams. So that actually was competitive. So if I'm actually short on the greens, I know I can come here, especially Wednesday or Thursday. There should be a few there that have got a reasonable use by date. So just didn't think I was going to get to the grog shop either. Their electric door isn't working, so I was just hanging around the thing and it couldn't open, and I thought, God, have they closed for lunch or something? What's going on? But no, it's a technical error. It's come in. I was just doing a bit of weeding out the front here, and the white van turned up, and it was my 5 bottles of Beefeater Gin. Didn't weigh that much when I carried it, and there's no breakages by the looks of things, but there they are there. It's the most booze I bought at one time. $175 worth, that is. So they're $35 each, which is a very good price because you can pay anything up to about $50 a bottle for it. So because the discontinued line, it took them less than a week to get it up here. So that was I'm pretty happy with that. So also, I recovered pretty well from my bike ride yesterday. I was surprised at that too. Mind you, today I'm bashing my head against a brick wall trying to get travel insurance that will cover getting a positive test on when you get your COVID done. The only one that seems to do that is Jetstar, and they've bumped up their premium after I originally looked at it when I booked the flight. So, and they also insure with IAG, who haven't got a great reputation online anyway. So, so I might end up going with Allianz. We'll see how it goes. But yeah, but that's good news. That turned up. It came from Brisbane and it got here. I put the order in last Thursday, so it took 6 days to get here. So not bad, really, not bad at all. Please consider subscribing to my channel if you think there's anything there of use to you or entertainment or whatever. And either do that or give me a thumbs up, or if you're feeling really energetic, do both. That'd be great.